Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the last day of our 4-day challenge to develop one AI tool per day. Not just develop, build it from scratch and deploy it in production. And today I won't be talking too much about the tool that I developed because I have signed an NDA. Yeah, I have a client, and that client of mine has had a few programmers try to create a few systems of his for the past months, but they have made zero progress, and he's been paying them a lot. And what did I do? I made what they were unable to do in half a year in a day. From introducing the problem to me, to planning, to developing, to testing, one day. Yeah, we have some things to fine tune right now. It is not exactly finished yet, but the base is there and it can be used as is. How was I able to do something that like 3 programmers were unable to do in 6 months in one day? Actually, it was not one day, it was 1 hour total development, right? But let's say that everything happened in one day, plus the meeting, plus whatever. Well, I did the following. First, I tried my best to understand everything about his requirements, not only about his requirements, because keep in mind that the clients are not always right. Sometimes they do not know what they want. And surely they do not know the end look of what they want. They might have some concept of what they want to achieve, but in most of the cases they have no idea how they want to achieve that. So I try to identify their real final goal, and then in the process of communication with them, fine-tune what I have been creating to turn out into what they want to use and what is intuitive for them to use. So that's the second point actually. I was developing it with him testing all the time. So imagine the following thing. We have a meeting. He explains everything to me. I record that meeting. I transcribe it. I feed it to the AI. I also feed the AI what I have understood but did not mention inside the meeting. Then with him we do the planning. Then with him we do the development. With him I mean the AI. And then I just message my client. I tell him text. Oh, my brain is fucked again today. No. I tell him test. And he tests, he gives me feedback. And keep in mind, if you have such clients, ask them to give you as detailed of a feedback as possible. Explain what they want, explain what they do not like, and also include pictures or something to tell you exactly where the problem is. This way, they make your prompt engineering so much easier. At some point, if you have built already a knowledge base around the company of theirs, the systems that they develop, it would be super easy for you to just paste the feedback into the AI, and the AI will be able to fix it instantly. Especially if you have pictures attached, especially if you know exactly what's wrong and what the client wants to achieve, how they imagine that the fix would look like. So that's number 2. Have very short feedback loops. Include the client as much as possible. And third, which I mentioned in this second point, have a knowledge base. The knowledge base is super helpful. I will soon launch one actually as a service, so if you want to, you can use mine. But the idea is the following. If everything that you do with your AI is locked in such a way that can be accessed easily without a big usage of tokens, then your AI is a genius. And he's much better than you. Much, much better. Make him much better than you. Use him as much better than you, and not as someone stupider than you. Why is the knowledge base so crucial, and why does it make everything so easy? Because, first, I have done that before, so my assistant knows how to develop those things. My assistant knows how to deploy the solutions on which virtual machines. My assistant can do all of that. I do not need to describe every little step. No, I do not have to give them context about anything. Because with that client we have also worked on a previous project. So I already know the business case, and so does my AI assistant. And based on that, sometimes he's even able to make some assumptions which turn out to be correct about what needs to be done where in order for the needs of the business case to be fulfilled. So yeah, those are the three things. Truly try to understand the business problem. Not only what they imagine as a solution, but the business problem. Second, make sure that you involve the client as much as possible, and ask them to be as detailed as possible. And third, knowledge base, and start building that knowledge base as soon as possible. Because the thing with the knowledge bases is that initially when you start using them, it doesn't make any difference in the beginning, right? Because the knowledge base is empty. But as soon as you build some momentum, as soon as your knowledge base has expanded substantially and actually knows about your projects, actually knows about your procedures, actually knows about everything, then it's a game changer. You just start a session and you have to give no context. You just say, do that now. It does it. Do you know how? Because it knows everything. It just pulls the data that it needs from the knowledge base. And that's the context, all the context that it requires, all the skills that it requires. They're there. By the way, I didn't mention it, but the platform that I was building was an administration system, an internal administration system. I won't get into details, as I said earlier. I have signed an NDA.